lot. Especially tools like the pin punch and the dental pick for taking O-rings out. I like to have a good pair of dental picks personally because I do this a lot, but if you're not going to do it a lot, I know Harbor Freight sells a cheap one, or online you can get cheap ones. Now these two screws that hold the magazine on the back. After these, the magazine should come off, and you're going to want to remember how it goes on in order to put it back on. So, we'll get this off. Now this just comes off like this. And like I said, the spring will come off like so. So we'll just set this over here. Now you can rotate this back just enough to get this out. Once this is out, and this too, you want to be careful of the spring. It should stay in, but just be careful. It's what spring loads your trigger safety. So now you can see there's a hole in here where the driver goes that we can just punch that cylinder right out. I use a flathead screwdriver, but be careful. You don't want to just jam it in there because there is a rubber seal. So you just want to go slow. If this hasn't been done for a while, or ever, it's going to be stuck in there. And just wiggle it out very carefully. And there's your gun. And here's your cylinder assembly. Nice big strong cylinder assembly. O-ring, O-ring, O-ring. There's a rubber bumper down here that we can push out. With some pressure. But there isn't a need to take that out if you can't get it out. No big deal. I'm not going to take the time to do it. Mine's stuck in there right now. So yeah, this is just a rubber assembly, can come out. But the main thing is just the O-rings right here. And you know, this is going to have grease if you grease your gun like you should. Or oil every day when you use it, which is good. So you want to clean all this up, wipe the grease off, whatnot, and then you're going to put everything back together. Pretty simple. Just replace the O-rings and everything's good. Now when you put this together, just slide this in carefully. And you can use a soft face mallet. Just give her some taps. It'll go in. And it goes down, and then you'll have to give her a couple taps in here, just light, even pressure to seat that bottom seal. So now that that's done, I'm going to put the trigger back in. And I didn't replace any of the O-rings on this to save some time, but you get the idea. I showed you where they all are. So that goes in. The driver can go in just a second. I'm going to put this assembly back on. I'm going to start with this one. Goes in here. Remember, we got to lift this up and pull it back just enough. Get that in like so. Make sure your spring's in there. And this thing you can get screwed on from the front. That one's ready. Spring loaded once again, so you got to push up to find the hole. The spring just came out. Alright. up. I just snug them up. Don't over tighten them right now. I just keep everything loose, just hand tight, and then once I get everything together, I go back and I tighten everything down good. And you can put a drop of Loctite on if you'd like to keep it in place depending on how much you use it. Now we got our slide. Here's what drives the nails, and you can see the spring like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start these screws back here. Just give it a couple turns, a couple threads catch. Now, I'm trying to show you the best I can how this thing goes in. This rides in a rail right here, and this part right here goes inside where the nails drive. And this gets screwed on to this. Kind of tricky. I don't know if you're going to be able to see everything. Take your time. Make sure you get it lined up right. Problem is the spring sits out. There we go. There. It's just getting it lined up, and then you can start these two screws on the back here to hold everything in place, just the little ones. And this one slides through your spring, so you're going to need two. And it can get a little tricky, like so. Start this. So, you know, it slides smooth. You want to make sure that this right here is in the groove how it's supposed to be. If not, it won't be catching your nails and it will bind and whatnot. Not good. Then you just snug these screws up with the other. Now you got your two big ones that go in the nose right here. So start them. And snug them down. Alright, now you can go back and you can tighten everything up. Close this for now. The next step is your piston assembly. Once you get these tightened off, I'm not going to do that just to save time. Your piston assembly driver goes down, and you got to line it up with a little square hole. Be a little tricky. Use a flashlight to see in there. You want to be careful when you push here so you don't pinch the O-ring. You just want to even pressure and down. Once you get it down, you can see it's coming through right here. You want to put your screw back in with your rubber wear piece, your guide. That's just a flathead screwdriver. Tighten that up. Now this is, oops. This is all back together now. Now we just got the head. So, you can line your 4 screws up here. Start them. Once again, for time, I'm not going to do all this, but you just put these screws in here, all 4 of them, tighten them up, and then you got to put